Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, September 2nd, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 687 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Louisiana racing to restore power to hundreds of thousands amid dangerous heat. Hurricane Larry has formed and it's forecast to be a major storm, possibly a Cat 4. His worst fear was realized. Fort Worth barbecue owner dies of COVID between vaccine doses. The female anchor who interviewed a Taliban official said he showed up at her studio uninvited, and she felt lucky to be already wearing loose clothing. What are the odds you've been exposed to COVID and just didn't get sick? Inside a Florida hospital full of dying, unvaxxed 30-somethings. Taliban arrests former British soldier as 400 Afghans he is trying to evacuate are turned away at border. Chief Justice Roberts, 3 other dissenters slam colleagues for hastily rewarding Texas bounty hunter abortion ban scheme. What's the issue? Tsitsipas undaunted by boos at U.S. Open. Louisiana woman shot dead after ramming sheriff's deputy with car, threatening Ida repair crew. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Stock futures inch up ahead of jobless claims, trade data, The Wall Street Journal. Why the Taliban desperately need cash to run Afghanistan, The New York Times. WhatsApp has been fined $267 million for breaching EU privacy rules, CNBC. Exclusive Apple hit with antitrust case in India over in-app payments issues, Reuters. Hurricane Larry forecast to intensify into major hurricane, South Florida Sun Sentinel. COVID-19 live updates, vaccines cut risk of long COVID in half, major study finds, The Washington Post. The Afghan province of Panjshir remains outside the Taliban's control, NPR. Joe Rogan says he tested positive for COVID-19, claims he's taking ivermectin, Gizmodo. COVID-19, new Mu variant from Colombia could be vaccine-resistant WHO, The Jerusalem Post. Cotton leads Senate GOP push on Biden's Afghanistan withdrawal, Politico. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. How a cruel anti-abortion law affected my very much wanted pregnancy. Union endorses progressive House challenger Odessa Kelly. Giuliani gets pranked on Cameo and it's a doozy. Back to work dresses that feel like you're still in pajamas. How this Kenyan chef found her voice in a man's world. Weather change helps firefighters battling California wildfires, but danger hasn't passed. What the heck is grimace anyway? McDonald's manager's answer has people shook. Those left in Afghanistan complain of broken U.S. promises. Expand the court, livid Americans demand action after Scottish abortion ruling. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Restaurants tribute to 13 killed service members. Swimming advisory issued for local beaches. Fraternity petition reaches over 70,000 signatures. Families get once-in-a-lifetime shopping spree. Gym trainer works out ways to help community. Arkansas State Police to help with Ida relief. Father bikes 4,600 miles to honor son, raise money. Diver finds man stolen items in river a year after robbery, locates owner. Boy rescued after crawling into storm drain. Man suspected in double murder still on run. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Pentagon says working with Taliban against ISIS-K is possible. Record rainfall swamps roads and strands travelers. New York City shuts train service aside barrels through region. Democrats promote Liz Cheney to number 2 post on January 6 panel. Climate bankruptcy. New Orleans in the aftermath of Hurricane Ida. Mikis Theodorakis, Greek composer and Marxist rebel, dies at 96. Rethinking the in-law apartment as a sunny barn. Dispatch from the Paralympics. Unemployment benefits 2 million are about to end. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Jay Leno on cancel culture, you either change with the times or you die. Final season of Ellen DeGeneres show will feature a bevy of select guests including Jen Aniston, Kim Kardashian. Florida man's very unusual parking job leads to DUI arrest. Bishop Sycamore's football season in peril as remaining opponents drop out. Ida remnants shift over New England, heavy rain threat moves to Midwest. Classic hard duct tape cup holder hack makes a splash. Ex-ESPN chief doesn't fault company over Bishop Sycamore saga, you cannot know everything. Andrew Cuomo grow probe, surveillance videos, other evidence subpoenaed. Ida remnants cause crazy weather at U.S. Open. Biden to visit Hurricane Ida devastation in Louisiana on Friday. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, September 2nd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Animals are running for their lives, wildlife rescue groups rush animals away from flames. College football kicks off on CBS Sports Network with 5 Week 1 matchups. California couple on the run after being convicted in $18 COVID relief fraud scheme. 2021 World's Strongest Man finale airing on CBS Saturday, September 4th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Remnants of Hurricane Ida smash into Northeast leaving at least 10 people dead. TikTok creator shares hack for wearing heels all day without any pain. Joe Rogan tests positive for COVID, Spotify podcast star claims he recovered in 3 days. Video, pup shows off his football skills. Mr. Men children's book collection releases Mr. Calm and Little Miss Brave titles on 50th anniversary. Prince Harry blames media for vaccine hesitancy hours after losing Ofcom bid to silence Piers Morgan. Man, 24, fell to death in front of fiancé while sliding down banister at Derby Football Stadium. Ex-Health Secretary Matt Hancock takes lover Gina Quiladangelo on romantic 87 and night alpine holiday. Education Secretary Gavin Williamson vows to move heaven and earth to avoid shutting schools again. Instagram crashes for frustrated users around the world. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Denmark starts impeachment trial on ex-immigration minister. Tehran gets new hardline mayor after ministry approval. Live Afghanistan updates, U.S. could work with Taliban against terrorists, Pentagon says. German prosecutors charge 6 over spectacular jewelry heist. Explainer, who are the gunmen abducting Nigerian students? EU agency says to focus on vaccines first, not booster shots. A TV host in Ivory Coast asked a sex offender to show his technique on a mannequin. Women fought back. Zorba composer Mikis Theodorakis dies at 96. After summer of horrific discoveries, Indigenous issues are getting little attention in Canada's election campaign. India clamps down on Kashmir after separatist leader's death. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. U.S. Supreme Court refuses to block extreme Texas abortion law. Stefanos Tsitsipas defiant after latest U.S. Open toilet break leads to boos. Coronavirus live news, Taiwan receives first Pfizer doses, vaccination nearly halves chance of long COVID, study. We left it in God's hands, floods wreck Spanish seaside town. New York flooding, 8 dead in historic weather event caused by remnants of Hurricane Ida. Afghanistan, Taliban expected to announce new government. UK Defense Secretary suggests US is no longer a superpower. Stevens defeats Goff at US Open and backs Murray in toilet breaks dispute. Forgotten village near Paris airport, in pictures. Mayor suggests Helsinki declare itself an English language city. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Ida updates, 8 dead across New York City in historic flooding. GOP leader McCarthy threatens companies that cooperate with House's January 6 probe. Tax niche plan triggers flood of hate for German minister. Inside State Department officials scramble to rescue Americans, Afghan partners. Milley, U.S. coordination with Taliban on strikes possible. Remnants of Hurricane Ida hit U.S. Open, creating some chaos. Michigan man held in bomb hoax at Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Arizona publisher drops poisoning claims against ex-wife. Judge conditionally approves Purdue Pharma opioid settlement. Student killed in shooting at high school, suspect in custody. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Storm Ida, flash flooding in New York and New Jersey kills 9. Eve Mbella, Ivory Coast TV host sentenced for promoting rape. Halo Trust resumes Afghanistan explosive clearance work. Mikis Theodorakis, composer of Zorba the Greek, dies age 96. Syed Ali Shah Gilani, the man who fought for Kashmir's freedom. Afghanistan, Qatar and Turkey become Taliban's lifeline to the outside world. New York City declares state of emergency after record rainfall. Siddharth Shukla, Indian TV actor dies at 40. Texas abortion law, Supreme Court votes not to block ban. Spain hit with severe flooding after storm. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Weather disasters are getting worse worldwide, report says, but the good news is they aren't as deadly. Did 9/11 permanently change life in the U.S.? More Americans think so more than ever before. Stella Baker is leading the way. September 11th by the numbers, facts from a tragic day in American history. Adriana Lima makes stunning Venice debut. 8 dead after flooding overwhelms NYC and New Jersey, states of emergency declared. Vaccines cut chances of long-haul coronavirus in half, study shows, Arizona adds $60 for hospital staffing, COVID-19 updates. Flash floods deluge New York, New Jersey as tropical storm Ida drenches northeast. On this day, September 2, 2005. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Will Newsom release Bobby Kennedy's killer? Not likely. Coronavirus outbreaks tick upward in LA County schools. A popular surfing instructor, QAnon, and an unspeakable horror. Column, Newsom recall effort underscores California's status as a place apart. The Marines were young, they wanted to help, and now they're dead. Republican recall candidates want big California tax cuts, who would benefit? Op-ed, people of color are dying from traffic violence at a much higher rate, here's why. Britney Spears won't face battery charge over housekeeper allegation, says no signs of injury. The effort to recall Governor Gavin Newsom is struggling, new California poll shows. L.A. County Sheriff's deputy charged with sexually abusing minor. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Texans can now openly carry guns in public without a permit or training. Police say the new law makes it harder to do their jobs. WhatsApp has been fined $267 million for breaching EU privacy rules. Coronavirus vaccines cut risk of long COVID, study finds. Names and addresses of 110,000 UK gun owners are leaked online by animal rights activists in huge security breach. North Korea rejects almost 3 million doses of Sinovac vaccine, saying it should be given to countries that need it more. Queensland family refuses testing, forcing entire school into isolation as new local case is recorded. Afghanistan, women defy Taliban, demand the right to freedom. New Zealand police surround address after COVID-positive man escapes quarantine. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has announced in Parliament that Australian Paralympic medal winners will receive the same financial reward as our Olympians. Victoria to become first Australian state to ban public display of Nazi symbols. Political prisoners in Russia are forced to watch state TV all day long. Invasive cane toads too deadly even for Australia turn to cannibalism. Moderna to recall COVID-19 doses in Japan after stainless steel contaminants found. People are broken, Afghans describe first day under full Taliban control. Pope mistakenly quotes Putin instead of Merkel on Afghanistan. The next headlines are from Forbes. This Afghan entrepreneur launched moonflowers to support female saffron producers. With the Taliban in power, what comes next? Photos and videos show flooded highways and torrents inside subway stations as Ida hammers New York and New Jersey. New research raises concern about electric vehicles prospects. Apple's App Store fees now face antitrust challenge in India. Turn returns into exchanges at every opportunity. Rams season preview, Los Angeles would be right at home in the Super Bowl. Chicago Bears season preview, can Justin Fields start a turnaround whenever he gets his chance? Carolina Panthers season preview, can Sam Darnold turn his career around? Atlanta Falcons season preview, Matt Ryan remains in place, but his team is ready to start over. Vera Bradley sales up nearly 12% despite major supply chain issues. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Diversity in science workforce and economic imperative. Measuring the density structure of an accretion hotspot. How deer regulation, drought and increasing fire impact Amazonian biodiversity. Emergent hydrodynamics in a strongly interacting dipolar spin ensemble. Structure of I, Geobacter I, Peely reveals secretory rather than the now-air behavior. Multiple hominin dispersals into Southwest Asia over the past 400,000 years. Structural basis for pRNA targeting. The polar oxymetabolome reveals the 4-hydroxymandylic COQ10 synthesis pathway. Dead trees play an underappreciated role in climate change. Origami robotic arm writes like an octopus's. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,728,873,311 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Ricky Gervais, Bridgerton Queen's Golden Rose Hayuval and Julia Quinn set to appear at Netflix Stories Festival in London. Benedict Cumberbatch Clairefoy star The Electrical Life of Louis Wayne, first clip of Studio Canal, Amazon Studios drama exclusive. Intense police checkpoints at Venice make at least 30 critics miss the first 10 minutes of Netflix's The Hand of God. Jane Campion on why she's encouraged by how things are changing for female directors. The Philippines Full Circle Lab to return for third edition. Path, Dimitri Rassim's $85 million The Three Musketeers, D'Artagnan, Milady kicks off filming in France exclusive. Venice documentary The Forgotten Ones spotlights underrepresented Mizrahi Jews in first clip exclusive. Paolo Sorrentino on Maradona, Fellini, and getting personal in The Hand of God. Jason Isaacs, David Hewlett among voice cast of Venice expanded VR-bound sci-fi game The Last Worker exclusive. Lee Pack Bullard's Venice bound Out of Sync, Inferno Rosso exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. These students grew up around gun violence. They decided it was time to talk about it. The last American to die in the Afghan war, he was helping people. He is all that stands in the way of the Taliban taking total control of Afghanistan. U.S. envoy Kerry says China is crucial to handling the climate crisis. Our future on a hotter planet means more climate disasters happening simultaneously. Historic flooding due to Ida inundates the East Coast, kills 10 across 4 states. People are wondering if an Ohio school even exists, after a football blowout on ESPN. Supreme Court upholds new Texas abortion law, for now. Aerial photos show a miles-long black slick in water near a Gulf oil rig after Ida. The following headlines are from The Week. Chief Justice Roberts doesn't seem ready to overturn Roe I, but Texas ruling suggests 5 other conservatives may be. New York City crushes 2-week-old rainfall record and Newark gets downpour expected every 200-500 years. Joe Biden's political courage. 2 pitfalls the GOP should avoid in its Afghanistan response. The Texas abortion ban depends on menstruation ignorance. The remnants of Hurricane Ida flooded the New York City area, creating otherworldly and waterlogged chaos. Mom of 6 earns diploma years after being forced to drop out of high school. 93-year-old fan of the Hokey Pokey gets the perfect birthday surprise. Supreme Court refuses to block Texas restrictive abortion ban. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas law banning abortion as early as 6 weeks goes into effect as the U.S. Supreme Court takes no action. To the right. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Cosmonauts find cracks in the aging Zarya International Space Station module. Dusty snow on Mars could be melting just below the surface. Brown dwarfs are probably much more common in the Milky Way than previously believed. China wants to build a spaceship that's kilometers long. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, September 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Mars ice is dusty and could melt, study says. Use Big Dipper to find Polaris in September. Aurora alert, pair of CMEs to jolt Earth's magnetic field. Earth's northernmost island, found by accident. Reptiles as pets, dispelling the myths. The next news is from Politico. U.S. dropped from EU's coronavirus safe travel list. WHO, Germany floats sanctions if countries suppress information on pandemics. Romanian government on brink of collapse after sacking of justice minister. At least 8 deaths as Hurricane Ida's remnants hit Northeast. January 6 panel taps Cheney as its vice chair. Democrats race to resolve House-Senate disputes on $3.5 trillion mega bill. Drug industry banks on its COVID cloud to halt Dems push on prices. Cotton leads Senate GOP push on Biden's Afghanistan withdrawal. How COVID data gaps allowed Delta to proliferate. The election gambit that's sending Georgia Democrats into a frenzy. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Paralympics 2021 live, 4 golds, 1 bronze for Australia for day 9, Aussie cyclist sent to hospital after nasty fall. NRL 2021 live updates, Sydney Roosters and Canberra Raiders season with 40-16 thumping. Australia News Live, NSW records 1,288 new local COVID-19 cases, 7 deaths as state hits 7 million vaccination target, Victoria records 176 new cases. Bontempelli named AFLPA MVP, Young Blue runner-up. Will Martin becomes Paralympic pool king on golden night for Australia in pool. Bedazzled by options and filled with inertia. What's good in your world? Reader photos of spring wattle and sunlight in lockdown. Bittersweet, out of contract Swan skipper named as club champion. AFL semi-finals teams and expert tips. Dangerous for our people, calls to rethink jab target for reopening. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Paramount delays Top Gun, Maverick until May 2022 due to coronavirus concerns. Apple loosens App Store payment rules for reader apps and another concession to developers. FA Center, how millennials can take charge of their post-COVID financial future. Metal stocks, gold futures edge higher as dollar and treasury yield slip. Europe markets, Olaf Scholz is now the betting market favorite to succeed Angela Merkel. Bond report, treasury yields edge lower as U.S. stocks seen tilting higher. International living, how traveling the world actually helps this freelancing couple save money. Futures movers, oil futures gain traction higher, as analysts point to decline in U.S. crude storage. The ratings game, AMC Entertainment stock sinks after analyst turns bearish on slower box office recovery. The ratings game, Apple stock peaked briefly into record territory after Wolf Research boosted rating, price target. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Clinical trial roulette, patenting pharmaceuticals in Australia is now a game of chance, Lexology. Does your organization need a patent? Intellectual property, Canada, Mondac News alerts. University's inventor assignment provision was not automatic, rules Federal Circuit, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Apple is running into a few supply chain snags for their 2023 iPhone that will introduce the foldable periscope camera lens, patently Apple. Can AI be listed as an inventor? South Africa and Australia say yes, Lexology. Bank of America set a company record for patents granted in the first half of 2021. One big reason, Addison's Manu Kurian, Dallas Innovates, DallasInnovates.com. Federal Circuit takes judicial notice of Wayback Machine evidence of prior art, J.D. Supra. Altpus LLC files patent infringement suit against Apple over iPhone security tools, intellectual property, India, Mondac News alerts. Administrative adjudication of patent infringement disputes advanced steadily in the H1 2021, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. Artificial intelligence and subject matter eligibility in U.S. Patent Office appeals, Part 2 of 3, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. OneWeb is ready to challenge Elon Musk for satellite broadband dominance. The iconic Aaron office chair is vying to be a symbol of sustainable design. Hurricane Ida got its power from a warm patch in the Gulf of Mexico. Purdue Pharma dissolved, Facebook lawsuit, Anthony Hopkins NFT film. What's the penalty for using a fake vaccine card? How to best report on countries other than your own. Do fast food chains still need dining rooms? A universal COVID-19 vaccine is needed in fight against new variants. Fantasy sports. Madagascar is suffering from a climate change famine. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Nintendo shuts down another Smash tournament due to mod use, with no piracy as a concern. Content moderation case study, Spam Hacks in Among Us, 2020. Ninth Circuit, sorry, but we have no way to hold Border Patrol agents accountable for killing people in Mexico. Hacker taunts T-Mobile, calls its security awful. eBay's FOSTA-inspired ban on adult content is erasing LGBTQ history. Daily Deal, the 2021 complete video production super bundle. Reverse warrants show feds swap data on thousands of police brutality protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin. AT&T's 911 cellular networks face plant in wake of Hurricane Ida. Make it a trend, more modders get hired by developers, this time CD Projekt Red. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Siddharth Shukla. New COVID variant. Sloane Stevens. Hurricane Ida path. Tropical Storm Larry. Zendaya. Joe Rogan. Portugal. Emily Hampshire. Will Greer. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Moving out of Moscow, relocating Russian capital wouldn't be death sentence for Europe's largest city, state development boss says. China develops miniature helicopter to accompany future Mars missions, photos. Great coach, bad doctor, fans slam Patriots coach Bill Belichick as he casts doubt on efficacy of COVID vaccine. Russia could impose ban on all disposable plastic goods in next 2 years as country begins battle against non-recyclable products. Out of Afghan frying pan and into Ukrainian fire, America's empire builders have another pawn to fuel their apocalyptic chess game. At least 8 dead in New York City and New Jersey in wake of freak flash flooding and historic rainfall from Hurricane Ida. Sturgeon and nationalists scolded as WHO data show almost half of Europe's most COVID-infested areas are in Scotland. Canadian convicted of espionage said to be accused of sharing illegally obtained images of Chinese military gear. House bans privately funded National Guard missions, like one ordered by South Dakota governor in Texas. Russian gas supplies to Europe via new Nord Stream 2 pipeline will start this year, Energy Ministry. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Twitter rolls out new anti-harassment safety mode to reduce disruptive interactions. Futures just keep ramping higher as Bitcoin rises above $50,000. Liberals furious after Supreme Court declines to block Texas abortion law in 5-4 vote. Lawyer representing January 17 6 defendants has mysteriously gone missing, court filings. Lack of paid family leave means women won't be returning to the workforce anytime soon. Watch, shocking footage of NYC flooding after torrential rain. Harvard epidemiologist says the case for COVID vaccine passports was just demolished. We are F-king abandoning American citizens, says livid Army colonel in leaked Afghanistan texts. Visualizing the critical metals in a smartphone. Biden pledges $60 million more in military aid to Ukraine as he hosts Zelensky. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. EU pushes for more defense autonomy amid Afghanistan fallout. Obituary, Syed Ali Shah Jilani was symbol of Kashmir resistance. U.S. declares emergency in California over Calder wildfire. India records most COVID cases in 2 months, Kerala worst hit. Venezuela opposition ends election boycott to run in local polls. Despite challenges, the Paralympics remain as vital as ever. Where there is hope, a mental health activists fight for change. Explainer, what leverage do U.S. allies have over the Taliban? Ida brings flash floods to New York, disrupting subways, flights. India locks down Kashmir after quiet burial of separatist Jilani. The next headlines are from Breitbart. At least 8 deaths as Ida smashes New York City, state of emergency declared. Pro-life win, SCOTUS lets Texas 6-week abortion ban stand. Biden said he'd follow the science, but 2 former FDA officials say differently. Gavin Newsom's pitch, more people will die if I'm recalled, Politico. San Francisco to fight rising gun crime by paying people not to shoot each other. NYC Democrat City Council candidate aims to make victims rehabilitate perpetrators. Elizabeth Warren, not hyperbolic to compare Texas abortion law to The Handmaid's Tale. AOC defends Biden's Afghanistan withdrawal, a courageous decision. Exclusive, Rep Jim Jordan, same song, different dance, Benghazi and Kabul. Hawaii, woman faces $5,000 fine, 1 year in jail for fake vaccination card. The next headlines are from UPI News. Office birthday gift earns Kansas woman $20,000 lottery prize. Watch, dolphin spotted swimming in flooded Louisiana neighborhood. Watch, diver finds man's stolen property in Wisconsin River 1/2 years later. Kitten survives 230-mile trip in engine compartment of car. Mobile home abandoned in the middle of Texas road. Watch, cow rescued from Louisiana tree after Hurricane Ida. Watch, former NHL player reels in possible world record sturgeon. Look, police chase loose emu through Michigan village. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Quick thinking teen rushes to save people trapped in burning building, inspired by her favorite show. Irrigation system talks to plants to find out when they need water, cutting water use by 30-50%. Nightclub in Scotland will capture energy from dancers to power the venue. Dog is given her own billboard so she might finally get adopted and leave the shelter after 2 years. Nutrient-rich human waste is poised to sustain agriculture and improve economies, say researchers. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, September 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Police, Florida man killed Texas Instagram influencer. FTC investigating why McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken, report says. Pro-Antifa high school teacher wants to turn his students into revolutionaries. White supremacist sentenced to read Pride and Prejudice. Cow stuck in tree after Hurricane Ida rescued by workers in Louisiana bayou. Protesters dressed as giant breasts march outside Facebook's office. Homeless man arrested for stealing a kayak while wearing nothing but his underwear and a boat captain's hat. Woman arrested for using fake Moderna vaccine card to travel to Hawaii. Accused gas passer now free as the wind. U.S. woman left behind in Kabul with 130 rescue dogs thanks to Department of Defense no-fly animal policy. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Buying a new car? Maybe wait for the chip shortage to end first. The Tesla Roadster is delayed again, and it may not be the last time. Sun-like stars enjoy eating their own planets, new research reveals. Opinion, it's dangerously stupid to put your state ID in your Apple Wallet. A fake Banksy sold for $330K is a perfect symbol of the wild NFT market. Microsoft announces Surface and Windows 11 event on September 22nd. We finally get a good look at Subaru's first EV, the Solterra. Damien Hirst melds art and NFT to mess with blockchain investors. Learn Google DevOps and blockchaining in this cutting-edge IT training. In just 12 hours, this video series will turn you into a certified Mac support expert. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Double vaccination halves risk of long COVID, study finds. Warming Atlantic drives right whales towards extinction. Deficits may remain after 7-day recovery from 10 days of insufficient sleep. Rheumatoid arthritis treated with implanted cells that release drug. Study finds body mass index for children greatest in Midwest, least in West. Flooding patterns expected to change with future warming. Food insecurity during college years linked to lower graduation rate. Bionic arm restores natural behaviors in patients with upper limb amputations. Illegal cannabis farms infringe on crucial habitat for sensitive birds and mammals. Geologists propose theory about a famous asteroid. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, September 2nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA invites students, educators to join Artemis I mission. NASA begins air taxi flight testing with Joby. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Rice-Eccles Stadium has not hosted football in nearly 2 years. Will the return of a crowd be a factor as University of Utah begins season? Utes ticket collectors just want something to hold on to as an era ends. Letter, the battles against COVID and the drought have something in common. Letter, there is no end game without a mask mandate. Letter, anti-voting measures mark the slow death of democracy. Man who set fire to LDS churches in St. George charged with 3 counts of arson. What Governor Spencer Cox said to Utah lawmakers about curbing the state's spike in COVID cases. SL County and City pan Utah's Little Cottonwood plan. Why police officers can be forced to explain a shooting. Former officer who killed a man in Utah after chase over the state line takes lenient plea deal. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. New AMD patent proposes teleportation to make quantum computing more efficient. The red warning light on Richard Branson's space flight. Man can change his pupil size on command. Where did ivermectin come from and why are Americans taking it to try and treat COVID-19? Fired NY credit union employee nukes 21 gigabytes of data in revenge. Twitter for iOS beta lays groundwork for Bitcoin tips. Twitch streamers are taking September 1st off in protest of bot attacks. Judge rules UC Berkeley must freeze its enrollment to assess ecological impact of its undergrads. Microsoft boots older PCs out of Windows 11 preview testing. VanMoof raises $128 million to become most funded e-bike company in the world. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Record 31 children hospitalized in St. Louis with COVID. Single car crash blocks multiple lanes on I-70 EB near Shreve. 270 southbound onto 370 westbound near Bridgeton reopen after vehicle fire. High temps reach low 80s Thursday, rain and storms return Friday night. One in custody following a stolen go-kart pursuit. COVID vaccine and mammograms, here's what you need to know. LMA student who face expulsion after janitor finds loaded gun in restroom. That's not yours. Eureka softball senior thwarts thief between games. Early COVID-19 shutdowns helped St. Louis area avoid thousands of deaths. St. Louis City Mayor hopes newly appointed health director will increase vaccination rates. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. CDC asks unvaccinated people not to travel for Labor Day weekend. Family mourns Camp Pendleton Marine killed in Kabul attack. I love him and I'm proud of him. Divided Supreme Court leaves Texas abortion law in place. Poll, about 50% of likely voters don't have a pick for new CA governor if Newsom is recalled. Elder holds first teleconference since recall candidates condemned past comments. San Diego County's weekly COVID-19 deaths nearly double as Delta variant continues surge. South Bay Brewery wins legal battle over outdoor dining. California seeks gender-neutral displays in large stores. Decline in vaccine effectiveness linked to repealed mask mandates, Delta variant. Driver faces charges in fatal crash into East County office building. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army's future armored combat vehicle concept render revealed. Kazakhstan orders 2 A400 aircraft from Airbus. Ukraine to receive more Javelin shoulder-fired anti-tank missiles. Latvia orders 266 armored vehicles from Patria. Chevrolet pickup-based infantry squad vehicle undergoes tests at FT Bragg. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. How China beat malaria. Crazy English founder Li Yang's excuse for beating wife and children, I'm Chinese. Why Xinjiang is an internal settler colony. Rock Springs Massacre, a Chinatown burns in the American West. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Video, co-wedged in tree after Hurricane Ida is rescued in Louisiana. Toddler among at least 8 dead as Ida rips through Northeast with historic flooding. Video, suspect seen throwing bricks, attempting to set Berkeley Church on fire. Study demonstrates face mask effectiveness against COVID-19. Water shut off on parts of Mount Diablo due to drought. New York under first ever flash flood emergency, water gushes into subway. Police search for 2 men accused of assaulting woman on Mountain View Trail. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Feder, Fox 32 hires Emily Walls as chief meteorologist. Batavia woman reported missing. Amid shortage of anesthesia providers, all surgeries at Sherman Hospital in Elgin relocated Wednesday. Pirates in MLB's first minority lineup honored 50 years later. Cole fans 15 for all best 14th win, Yankees beat Angels 4-1. U.S. Open look ahead, Djokovic faces Federer's replacement. Buffalo Grove approves lease for indoor golf simulator at Arboretum Club. Stevens overpowers Guelph at U.S. Open, Osaka's foe withdraws. We can become a leader, Naperville City Council accepts ambitious environmental plan. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington's eviction and utility payment moratoriums end on September 30th. Here's what you need to know. Washington ferry staffing shortages could lead to longer wait times over Labor Day weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Larry 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 1721, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, September 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. The risk of terrorism at home and abroad. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. At least 9 die across NYC, NJ as Hurricane Ida's remnants bring historic flooding to Northeast. Chase suspect who ran over %1 deputy shot and killed by officers, investigators say. Multiple homes destroyed after tornado hits New Jersey town. Supply caravan departs Houston for Louisiana for hurricane victims. Supreme Court refuses to block Texas abortion law on technical grounds. Woman shot and killed boyfriend trying to force his way inside apartment, HPD says. What kind of storm damage could we see if a Category 4 hurricane hit Southeast Texas? Friend of second victim in deadly Galleria area shooting says suspects should never walk the streets. Less rain and more heat as we head into Labor Day weekend. Houston City Council votes to rename Calhoun Road at University of Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. China bans sissy men from TV in new crackdown. Death toll rises after Ida's remnants hit Northeast. Greek music great Mikis Theodorakis dies at 96. After over a decade, Jane Campion returns to film. The latest, Albania says more Afghans arrive for hosting. Greek healthcare workers protest compulsory vaccinations. 90-year-old Japanese sentenced to 5 years in fatal car crash. Explainer, resistance leader's death deepens Kashmir strife. The following headlines are from The Gavilis. Update, at least 9 dead after rainfall from Ida overwhelms NYC region. New York lawmakers extend eviction moratorium again through January 15, 2022. Videos, Mayor de Blasio and Governor Hochul call a state of emergency as Tropical Storm Ida brings historic rain to NY. Start building your digital collection on Voice. Extra, maybe don't take part in a trend piece about getting married on 9/11. Governor Hochul taps Catherine Garcia as State Director of Operations. NYC moves to finally fully legalize dancing by fixing zoning laws. Remnants of Ida to bring heavy rain, possible flooding to NYC on Wednesday night. Lawmakers attempt to speed up access to New York's Excluded Workers Fund. Pressure builds to prolong unemployment benefits in New York, but Hochul remains unsure. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Biden's revenge, fueling madness of militarism in Afghanistan. Afghanistan crisis, food supply for millions could run out this month. Producing COVID-19 vaccines in Latin America will ease shortages, protect more people. Innovative use of world's first malaria vaccine generates remarkable results and a life-saving opportunity. COVID-19, new Mu variant could be more vaccine-resistant. New data-driven hub aims to detect and prevent next pandemic. 4.1 billion lacks social safety net, warns UN Labor Agency. South Korea's women fire back. Taliban's quest for legitimacy, and a seat at the United Nations. Climate and weather-related disasters surge fivefold over 50 years, but early warnings save lives, WMO report. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Biden administration erased Afghan weapons reports from federal websites. FDA in rebellion over White House's rushed booster plans. DHS, white Americans support the Taliban and are poised to carry out terror attacks at any moment. How China inspired U.S. public health authorities to use information warfare against the American people. The Plymouth false flag was that sort of domestic routine bigger-scale psyop for furtherance of government agenda. Taliban seize control of Kabul airport as last U.S. troops have left Afghanistan. Instagram disables account of fallen Marine's mother after she blamed Biden for son's death. Air Force veteran left homeless after tenants refused to pay rent. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. AP sources, Intel shows extremists to attend Capitol rally on September 18. Australia battles lockdown fatigue and conspiracy theories in push for vaccinations. Real Housewives star Greg Leakes dies of cancer. Is Detroit Zoo administering COVID-19 vaccines to animals? After Ida, small recovery signs amid daunting destruction. Did Queen Elizabeth II ask Cristiano Ronaldo to sign jerseys? Did Andrew Cuomo leave his dog behind in the governor's mansion? Part of Trump's border wall damaged by monsoons in Arizona. Lawyer, Britney Spears will not be extorted by father. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. What we know about the claims of military dogs left in Kabul. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Inside the State Department's operation to evacuate 124,000 Afghans. How Roe v. Wade stopped being the law of the land in Texas. The Central Intelligence Agency spy who reinvented the travel guide. Leaked audio confession blows lid off mystery of Haiti's murdered president. Marilyn Manson accuser slam Kanye West over Dawn the feature. Shattering the Hollywood myths of the Tulsa race massacre. U.S. government shuts down stalker software company. Republicans are cashing in on Biden's Afghanistan rose. Tucker mocks Lindsey Graham's fundraising Fox interviews, it's political televangelism. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Siddharth Shukla, Bollywood reality TV and Instagram star, dead at 40. Shark Tank stars Kevin O'Leary and Kevin Harrington sued for fraud. Addison Rae and Charlie D'Amelio's attempts to build upon their TikTok fame mirrors the rocky transition of silent film stars to talkies. Inside look at how Derek Jeter is faring running the Marlins. Hurricane Ida leaves nearly 130,000 people in tri-state area without power. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Ask Astro why are so many stars named Glies? Sky this month September 2021. Ask Astro do supermassive black holes create bars in galaxies? Astronomers identify a new class of habitable planet. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Moderna asks FDA to evaluate its COVID-19 vaccine for booster. Photos show black slick in water near Gulf oil rig in wake of Hurricane Ida. Ida's remains threaten once-in-a-century flood event in Northeast. Ida death toll rises to 4. New York City mayor declares state of emergency due to mass flooding. First ever flash flood emergency hits New York City as Ida barrels through. New York and New Jersey declare states of emergency as Ida barrels through. CDC director hopeful kids under 12 will have access to vaccine by year's end. Ida lashes northeast with tornadoes and severe flooding. Record temperatures take social and economic toll. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Japanese pharmacist finds black particles inside Moderna vaccine vial. At least 8 dead after Ida batters New York with torrential rainfall. Supreme Court won't block Texas abortion ban, imperiling Roe v. Wade. New mask study featuring over 340,000 subjects shows how facial coverings prevent spread of COVID. Monster tornado hits New Jersey at rush hour, warnings in effect. Ex-Brooklyn Assemblywoman tapped to lead NY agencies regulating sale of recreational marijuana. Toilet paper flying off the shelves once again. Celebrity chef Curtis Stone kicks off Bears 2022 Color of the Year, Breezeway. Sackler family gets civil immunity as OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma's bankruptcy plan approved. NY lawmakers extend eviction moratorium through January 15 as COVID resurges. The following headlines are from military.com. Biden meets Ukraine leader in long-sought Oval Office visit. 5 sailors still missing after helicopter mishap off San Diego. National Guard surging to Louisiana for hurricane relief, California to combat fires. U.S. Taliban cooperation possible after war's end, Joint Chiefs Chairman says. Marine Commandant wants honest, open critique of Afghanistan withdrawal. Pope inadvertently quotes Putin to chide West's Afghan war. Vehicle held for slain U.S. Marine in her home city. The Navy shakes up its uniform policy with new haircuts as well as allowing earrings for men. Afghan wake-up call breeds support for EU military force. Retired Navy officer pleads guilty to bribery in Fat Leonard trial. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Day watch, Southern Illinois hospitals filling their intensive care units. CTU warns of escalating actions over COVID safety. Korean hot dogs draw lines out the door in Glenview. Kayaking the Chicago River this holiday weekend, now you can get an estimate of bacteria levels before you go. 13-year-old boy fatally shot inside Portage Park apartment, 17-year-old boy in custody in connection with apparent domestic-related shooting. The annual 3,000-mile monarch migration is heading toward Chicago. It's like a Disney movie, except better. Reports of abnormal periods after COVID-19 vaccinations prompt NIT to award funding to study potential link. Wheeling resident charged with robbery, aggravated battery of a man on Saturday in near North. Chicago Teachers Union warns of escalating actions unless COVID-19 safety improves in CPS schools. Moderna vaccine trial at Lurie Children's Hospital. 3 shot in West Garfield Park. Chicago's Pride Parade canceled for the 2nd year in a row. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Paralympians still don't get the kind of media attention they deserve as elite athletes. Nanosensors designed to detect plant hormones. New Bayesian quantum algorithm directly calculates the energy difference of an atom and molecule. Decaying forest wood releases 10.9 billion tons of carbon yearly, which will increase with climate change. Storm Ida brings heavy rain, flash flooding to New York City. Bristol manuscript fragments of the famous Merlin legend among the oldest of their kind. Storm Ida remnants hits northeast U.S. with flooding, tornadoes. Uphill battle, Spain's wine growers adapt to climate change. Rainy season unleashes with fury, beauty in U.S. Southwest. New evidence supports idea that America's first civilization was made up of sophisticated engineers. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, September 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How astronauts go to the bathroom in outer space. The coming identity crisis for AI. What does full FDA approval of a vaccine do if it's already authorized for emergency use? Why fruit flies won Nature's prize for longest sperm. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. China bans sissy men from TV in new crackdown. Sensors provide a real-time glimpse at Chicago river quality. When will the COVID Delta surge end? Irish watchdog fines WhatsApp $267 after EU privacy probe. How to minimize credit damage from medical bills. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Opinion: when will Congress prioritize mental health in Medicare? Solano County COVID hospitalized numbers worst since January. Investigation launched into fatal stabbing of student at Santa Cruz County High School. Slain California Marine's mother slams President Joe Biden on social media. Take a sneak peek inside the new exclusive Disneyland Magic Key annual pass holder lounges. Opinion: 5 steps football must take to protect players' brains. 5 still missing after Navy helicopter crashes in ocean off California coast. Dixie Fire, Highway 44 reopens as fire continues to spread north. Family sue Coast Guard, charging wrongful death 2 years after conception. Boat fire killed 34 people. Bill that would eliminate blood slave donor dogs in California on way to governor's desk. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Angela Merkel steps down with legacy dominated by tackling crises. Supreme Court divides 5-4 to leave Texas abortion law in place. Natoma's Unified School District seeks to fire Gabriel Jipe, teacher in Project Veritas sting. Tangbo, China's anti-cult czar, arrested on corruption charges after expulsion from party. No charges for Britney Spears in dispute with housekeeper. California church wins $800,000 in COVID-19 lawsuit against county, state. Climate group sue after Biden administration revives Trump-era drilling leases. Arizona Senate releases more records of 2020 election review. Rick Scott blasts Kodak CEO James Continenza for apologizing to China. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Hurricane Ida makes a mockery of big oil's philanthropy. California Democrats eye long game to delay military's ICBM program. The Supreme Court will not save us from the decimation of abortion rights. FBI spy planes monitored a single suspect for nearly 429 hours. The long-lasting consequences of the war on terror. Over 2 decades, U.S.'s global war on terror has taken nearly 1 million lives and cost $8 trillion. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 13-year-old boy killed in domestic-related shooting inside Portage Park apartment. 13 shot, 3 fatally Wednesday in Chicago, including 13-year-old boy. Man charged with attack in middle of street in River North caught on video. 3 arrested during protest in Dalton over fatal police shooting of Alexis Wilson. Dear Abby, boyfriend says he won't call, text me while visiting his ex. The U.S. Postal Service keeps cheating mail carriers out of pay, records show. 3 arrested after man is shot in Austin. Woman, 2 men shot in West Garfield Park. Things to do at museums and galleries in Chicago. Horoscope for Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Paralympics, top seed Pramod Bhagat sails into semis. 60th Miss International further postponed to 2022. Sensex surges 514 points to hit record closing high. Siddharth death, Shehnaz Gill is in a bad state. Samsung top smartwatch market in India, IDC. Why Apple needs the AirPods 3 to be a huge hit. Industrial versus Ang Hive, India 54/3 at lunch on day 1. Live cricket score, India versus England 4th test, day 1. SC expresses concern over fake, communal news. Hyundai i20 N-Line launched at Rs 9.84 lakh. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Things to do. Upcoming food and drink events in Houston this summer fall 2021. Best bets the week of September 2nd to 8th, 2021. What now for Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans? Best of Houston 2021, Best Steak. Things to do, birthday bash and fundraiser for Archie Bell. Best of Houston 2021, Best Barbecue. Best of Houston 2021, Best Music Festival. Best of Houston 2021 Best Place to Buy Plants. Best of Houston 2021, Best Place to Buy Video Games. GOP election bill hits Abbott's desk as other fights heat up. The next headlines are about world records making news. Greek sprinter Alexis Gavilis breaks world record and grabs gold at the Paralympics, Greek reporter. Greek athlete wins gold, sets new world record in 100 meters, Kathy Marini English edition. Algerian Skander Athmani smashes world record to win gold in 400 mt13 at Tokyo 2020 Paralympic, Arab News. Cyclists break Guinness World Record in attempt to spell out refugees welcome, news chain. Martin wins third gold with world record, The Advocate. Abdeslam Haley breaks own world record to win gold for Morocco in 400 mt12 at Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games, Arab News. Australian swimmers deliver more Paralympics gold as world records tumble, The Guardian. Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal forward breaks Ali D's world record of 109 international goals, The Athletic. Local author participates in world record attempt free content at mountainmail.com, Mountain Mail newspaper. Melbourne on track to break world record for days spent in lockdown, Sky News Australia. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. This is the best iPhone 12 MagSafe battery. Joe Rogan says he tested positive for COVID-19, claims he's taking ivermectin. The FTC has banned a stalkerware firm and its CEO, signaling a crackdown on the industry. Oh no, it's happening again. Billionaire OxyContin pushers grant head immunity, 500,000 people still dead. Creepshow Season 3 has a trailer, and it looks like a Scream. The feds want to know what the hell is going on with the McFlurry machines. Director Nia DaCosta says landing Captain Marvel 2 didn't magically erase her student loan debt. Sweet Green CEO says we need salads more than a vaccine mandate. Re-energized Ida wreaks widespread havoc across the East Coast. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Bourguiba Mokhtar in Algeria at 123.98 degrees Fahrenheit or 51.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Michelle Gomez is a time-traveling Madame Rouge in Doom Patrol Ash 3 trailer. Report, big new health features are coming to the Apple Watch, just not this year. Spaceship carrying Richard Branson flew off course, updated. Locust's free TV services in peril as Big Four networks win copyright ruling. AOBUX convention with preview of extremely unfinished Dead Space remake. Crypto platforms need regulation to survive, says SEC boss. First Marvel's Midnight Suns gameplay footage, XCOM with cards looks rad. System 76's updated 15-inch Pangolin laptop ships with Ryzen 7 5700U CPU. New Surface hardware is likely to surface at Microsoft's September 22nd event. Google reportedly optimistic about Pixel 6 sales, increases production by 50%. The following headlines are from Raw Story. NYC subway has fallen, wild scenes captured as Hurricane Ida dumps record rain. Cruelty toward the powerless, D.C. insider nails the new Republican Supreme Court. Majority of U.S. voters favor $3.5 trillion Build Back Better bill, poll. 180 COVID cases directly linked to maskless mostly unvaccinated church camp and men's conference, report. 6 Germans charged over spectacular Dresden Museum heist. U.S. judge approves deal dissolving Purdue Pharma in opioid saga. U.S. student shot and killed at high school. Out-Trumping Trump, the U.S. governor's bidding to seduce ex-president's base. He's got zero interest in having any heir. Republicans fear Trump will sabotage 2024 GOP primary. At top Confederate general's home near Washington, enslaved voices elevated. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The Texas abortion ban is just the beginning. First came Hurricane Ida, next comes the eviction crisis. SCOTUS will officially allow the Texas abortion ban to go into effect. It was never easy to be an OBGYN in Texas, but now it's a nightmare. Detainees in Lafourche fill sandbags to save property. When the town evacuated, they were kept jailed. $7.5 million in stolen wages is ordered back to hundreds of ripped-off construction workers. Texas 6-week abortion ban, the most restrictive in the country, is now in effect. America is spending a fortune to help rich people retire in luxury. There's no proof sunscreen prevents cancer in black people. Why do doctors keep pushing it? The real reason people are treating themselves with horse-dew armor. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. NASA to drill into Mars again after first rock sample disappeared, The Independent. Hessian planets, Cambridge astronomers say our best hope for finding extraterrestrial life may have been hiding in plain sight, Cambridge Independent. Planet May 9th be closer and easier to find than thought, if it exists, National Geographic UK. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Want to stress less? These 15 science-backed supplements can help. MindBodyGreen.com. Novel approach by neuroscientists reverses amblyopia in animals. NewKerala.com. New Kerala. Study could pave way for an effective approach to amblyopia treatment. News Medical Net. Scientists engineer nasal cartilage cells to treat osteoarthritis of the knee. Stat. Vision, novel approach reverses amblyopia in animals, Science Daily. Riding the crest to get ahead, neural crest evolution in vertebrates, Nature.com. Why is it so hard to learn a new language? Scientists blame the brain, CNET. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, September 2nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Navy pilots recall 2004 UAP sighting. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.